Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict the price trend of UnitedHealth stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. UnitedHealth stock has been fluctuating in a range for the past 2 weeks. The stock price has not fallen further, indicating that the market does not want the stock price to fall, and the bulls are still trying to maintain the stock price. However, on Monday, the stock price encountered a certain amount of selling pressure at $313.70 and then pulled back again, indicating that the resistance above the current price of the stock is still very large. Last week, the stock stopped falling and rebounded at $289.50, indicating that the stock was supported by bulls again. Previously, the stock price rebounded strongly and accompanied by a large volume after plummeting to $248.80, which means that the stock may still have a lot of bull capital in the area below $289.50 that has not yet exited the market. The data shows that the capital flow data in recent trading days have not been significantly amplified, but the cumulative net outflow amount is more, which is consistent with the performance of the stock price. This shows that the market is still very cautious. Although some funds may have flowed out of the market, the amount is limited. Through the 30-minute chart of the stock, we can see that the stock price fluctuated violently from May 13th to 20th, and the trading volume also increased significantly. There should be a lot of funds flowing in and out of the stock, and then the stock price entered a consolidation trend. The recent stock price stopped falling at $289, but then pulled back at $313, indicating that the stock is trying to maintain the upward trend of the stock price with the support of the bulls. But it seems to face certain pullback pressure at a certain height, but it is obvious that these resistances should come from the previous high positions. Therefore, $289 is a key reference position. If the stock price falls below the $289 level, then the situation will become bad, and the stock price is likely to turn to a downward trend again. But I think even if the stock price falls, there is a high possibility that the bulls will block the bears again at $289. We can see from the position distribution of the stock. Most of the current positions of the stock are concentrated in the $248.80 to $341.80 area, and the current price of the stock is at the upper part of this area, which shows that the stock is still supported by bullish forces. Based on the current technical form, I think the probability of stock price rising seems to be greater than that of stock price falling. Judging from the position distribution of the stock currently seems to be in a pressure area, and the resistance in the area above the current price is still very large, but the stock currently has a large number of positions distributed in the area below $289, which means that the long capital that entered the market at a low level has not completely exited the market, so the possibility of the stock price entering a downward trend again is not great. UnitedHealth is making major adjustments. In May of this year, Stephen Hemsley replaced Andrew Whitty as CEO after the company announced its first earnings miss since 2008 and suspended its full-year performance forecast. At the annual shareholder meeting, Hemsley apologized and promised to win back trust by improving how the company handles rising healthcare costs, especially in its Medicare Advantage plans for seniors and people with disabilities. He also said that the company will review its entire business, including its pharmacy benefit unit Optum Rx and its insurer UnitedHealthcare. KeyBank's Matthew Gilmore cut his price target on UnitedHealth to $400 from $450, but maintained a buy rating because he believes the market may have priced in too much negativity. In fact, he believes the company's earnings could rebound starting in 2026. In addition, Barclays' Andrew Mock also cut his price target to $350 but maintained a buy rating, though he warned that Medicare Part D and Affordable Care Act plans could continue to weigh on profits in 2025 and create more disruption in 2026. As a result, Barclays said investors could react strongly to any earnings changes, and hospital stocks may be safer than managed care for now. In the past 3 months, a total of 25 analysts have rated UnitedHealth stock. Among them, the buy rating accounts for as high as 76%, while the sell rating accounts for only 4%, which reflects that Wall Street analysts are still optimistic about the stock. The average price target given by these analysts for UnitedHealth stock is $372.60, which means that the stock still has 23% potential upside. The highest price target is $525, and the lowest price target is $270. Private sector jobs increased by only 37,000 in May, far below the 110,000 predicted by the Dow Jones Index. This news did not cause a big drop in the stock market, but I think investors still need to trade with caution, because compared with the lowest level in April, some stocks have a lot of profit margins. This means that the risk of the stock market turning into a downward trend is rising. For UnitedHealth stock, since the stock price has fallen too much before, I don't think the bulls will let the stock price fall too much even if the stock price falls again. Of course, in the absence of major negative news, the stock market may still rise slightly or consolidate, which may buy some time for the bulls of UnitedHealth stock. In conclusion, I continue to be bullish on the stock. The stock does face a lot of resistance in this rally, but the bulls who pushed the stock price up still seem to have not exited the market, so the stock price may still rise further. As for the target price, I think the stock may still rise to the $313.70 to $341.80 area, but whether the stock price can break through this area needs further observation, because the stock price faces greater correction pressure in this area. Okay, guys, this is my price forecast for UnitedHealth stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.